Let me show you now the things to come. Soldiers, forces rushing through. They see everything you do.
Welcome to Year of the Greenwood Dragon Capricorn. Year of the Yangwood Dragon begins on February 10th of 2024, lasting through until January 28th of 2025. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. I'm a Rosicrucian seer, biblical astrologer, Christian psychic, and Gnostic mystic. And this is a Readings by Rosemary angelic transmission. Dragons are regal. They're also majestic and can be imposing, though they are heroic and sometimes very, very demanding. Now, dragons are often depicted as sitting regally and royally atop their vast storehouses of luminous treasure deep inside of their well-protected lairs. Yangwood Dragon is year of the Greenwood Dragon specifically, and Yang trait makes him tough in his masculine personality. Greenwood Dragons focus their attention upon planning and performing daring feats of Herculean strength and also fortitude to accomplish fame and fortune in life instead of the acquisition of friendships. And that's a very important point for this dragon, this green dragon year. Now, green dragons have many, many admirers. And these severe creatures are liked so much, and they have people who want to be their friends because they have great amounts of personal charisma and enormous amounts of charm. So they're very, very charming creatures. Now, regarding this thing about friendship, though, it's very important to keep in mind, though, the dragons do not place social or interpersonal interactions at a high level of priority unless a given relationship plays a key role in dragons' bigger plan to acquire affluence and popularity. So they're looking for the fame and fortune, okay? Now, wood dragons are strong and they're quiet. They're extremely lucky types of personalities, and that can be very fulfilled with these activities, such as going away to distant locations to build a profession or to create a business or to amass really one of those great dragon fortunes that you always see in movies and in all the stories about dragons. They're usually sitting upon a great treasure with the jewels and all the coins, the gold. So they're very regal, very rich. Now, wood dragons on the whole are healthy even until their very mature years, especially if they eat right. You got to feed them right, and they don't suffer from anxiety complexes due to their serious nature. So they're not going to have a lot of nervous disorders, okay? That's not going to be something to worry about because they really focus on things that are important, that are really things that are what they consider to be common sense and moving forward in a way that's not going to be wasting their time. Now, the planet Mars is significant during dragon years, particularly Yangwood dragon years. And this is due to the fiery Yang element, with this celestial body of Mars imparting drive, vigor, purpose, great ambition, assertiveness, achievement, enthusiasm, bravery, and a competitive edge. The guardian archangel of Mars is a seraphim Samael. Now, the elemental archangel of all the fire signs is Michael or Michael, but particularly the martial fire of Mars, it's the seraphim Samael. That's fire, okay? Now, why that? Because dragon is associated with Aries, okay? So in the Chinese Zodiac, dragon is very much akin to the Western Zodiac sign of Aries the Ram, which is ruled by Mars. So that's why we get the seraphim Samael. Now, later we're going to talk about another planet that's very much involved with Year of the Dragon. We'll get to that when we get into the gemstones. But first, we're going to look at you and your particular gemstones, Capricorn. So let's look at the fortunate gemstones, the auspicious colors, and the lucky numbers for Capricorn, as well as the advantageous talismans for Yangwood Dragon. So astrology lucky charms for you, Capricorn, the goat during Year of the Yangwood Green Dragon, are as follows. Capricorn, lucky charms. The gemstone is, right, garnet. Garnet, that's right. And the colors that are auspicious are red, and black, white, and indigo. Very beautiful colors. And the lucky numbers for Capricorn are 3, 8, and 7. 3, 8, and 7. Now, Yangwood Dragon lucky charms. What's lucky for dragon? Gemstones. The lucky gemstones are amethyst, black onyx, black star sapphire, carnelian, moonstone, peridot, yellow crystal beryl, yellow citrine. Okay, now these all have a certain Saturnine aspect to them, because when you get into some of the fixed, for the wood dragon and some of the fixed dragon qualities, you get into a lot of influence coming from the planet Saturn. Okay, so Saturn, Mars, very big influences. Now use sequence, see the sequence and the sparkle for dragon year. Okay, so you got to have things that sparkle if you want to be lucky in dragon year. The colors that are auspicious for dragon are yellow, gold and white, silver, black, and green. The numbers that are auspicious are 1, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 5, 6, and 7. Now, Yangwood Dragon color specifics. Green is good in a Greenwood Dragon year, not so much in other elemental years. Red is okay in a Wood Dragon year, not so much in other dragon years. So it matters what type of elements you're attaching to dragon. And we're going to get into this more specifically later, but leave it, just say this for now. Dragon year comes around every 12 years, okay? But every 60 years, 60, specifically the Yang Wood Dragon comes around again. So when you turn 60, it'll be the same energies as when you were born, regarding the yin and yang, and regarding the elements, and regarding the animal. So the Yang Wood Dragon comes around again in 60 years, and then you sort of start your life over again. And if you've ever said, I wish I knew then what I know now, well, you have a chance to put that into practice. Live till you're 60 and then go far beyond it in great health. And remember, dragon can live a very long time, especially if they eat right. So that's a very interesting facet of Chinese astrology, which I think is very fascinating. Now, Yangwood Dragon number specifics. Keep in mind the dragon has 4 legs and needs a tail as a 5th attribute for great balance and his amazing power. Okay, dragon also has wings, great wings, that makes for the numbers 6 and 7 to be lucky also. Wood dragons numbers to avoid are 3, 4, 8, and 9. Now, Chinese zodiac animal compatibility with other animals on the Chinese zodiac wheel. Dragon loves monkey and dragon loves rat. Okay, yes, you're a rat. Dragon loves rat, and I'm a monkey, so I'm looking forward to you're the dragon. And dragon very much likes rooster. Dragon likes tiger, snake, horse, goat, and pig. Dragon does not like ox. Dragon does not like dog, and dragon, amazingly enough, does not like other dragons. Okay, dragon has an aversion to rabbit, possibly because dragon helped rabbit during the great race without rabbit knowing that dragon was a hero to rabbit, which consequently caused rabbit to place 4th in the Jade Emperor's race, with dragon coming in 5th place. Okay, dragon also helps some villagers during this race. Now, being a hero can make for hard feelings when there are neither acknowledgments nor awards for the uncelebrated champion. So if, dragon feels like they're not being given the accolades or the credit for their heroic deeds, understand that dragon also sometimes pushes that away. It's a quandary. So just understand that. We'll get into that more later when we talk about more an expanded version of the Jade Emperor's race because of dragon and Aries and all of that. But right now we're going to get into you, Capricorn. We're getting into your place in the great race. But before that, your cardinal earth personality, Capricorn's cardinal earth personality during a Yang Wood Dragon year. Well, you'll have a very pragmatic sense of a type of rewarding contentment during dragon year. At once you will be more determined and extra tolerant when dragon frequencies are ruling in the heavens. So when the dragon frequencies are coming in strong, you're going to find that you're going to become more liberal, more tolerant. Now, liberals, I'm not saying politically, I just mean more tolerant, more open-minded. Now, you'll have a great number of objectives which you will achieve along with the necessary amount of authority required and that's for your aspirations, all right? Now, boldness is going to be a constant champion, making it relatively easy to know what you want and to go after it. When it comes to persistence for making a journey on the road to success, you are sure to stick to the pathway you have already selected, since you won't be veering off. You won't be veering off of your true course, okay? Others love to have you around in Green Dragon year, Capricorn, because you have a bright outlook for the future that motivates them, and also a cheerful mood that keeps them in good spirits. So they need that around them. This is due to your ability to create a personal, internal sanctuary where you can retreat into blissful tranquility whenever you desire to meditate or unwind. Okay? Very good qualities for others to, have them take on some of that, like a contact high with your blissfulness, your natural blissfulness, okay? With that said, you don't fret when you've got to change the way you are tackling a quandary. You simply move on and find a better way to move forward. Some individuals might accuse you of being conceited. Nevertheless, it is precisely this trait that gives you the capacity to win people over and get the effects necessary to accomplish your purposes in life. Your companions and relations are enormously fortunate to have you as a confidant, because you have an amazing aptitude for helping them to understand how life really works with a very really practical and yet constructive approach. Now, you are the real go-to person, shall we say, for your colleagues due to your ability to deal with what you know to be sure things. You don't waste any of your valuable energy on unrealistic imaginings. You, like Dragon, are more focused on things that are more common sense, more oriented to getting somewhere in the future, okay? More oriented to, the long-term goals, not so daydreamy as some other signs. Now, Capricorn's place in the Jade Emperor's race, okay? Now, Western astrology sign of Capricorn corresponds with Chinese zodiac animal of ox, okay? Some people think Taurus is like ox, and that that Capricorn is like sheep or goat in Chinese. It's not like that, because it's the time of year. It's based on the seasons and the time of year. And in one place, certain animals behave a certain way, and in another place, certain animals behave another way. But it focuses on the season and the qualities of the season, okay? So you'll find that actually ox and Capricorn do have a lot in common, okay? I mean, because ox and goat, they're not really considered big carnivores, and they're more pastoral, animals. So understand that it's a time of year. Okay. So you're like ox, Capricorn. Legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the Zodiac wheel. Ox came in second place in this race, held by the Jade Emperor, second place. Now, ox was thought to be strong and most capable of crossing a river that had to be negotiated to win. The Jade Emperor's race, by really sort of scheming animals of rat and cat who hitched a ride on ox in an attempt to use ox's strength and stability to win. So you got cat and rat, they went hitchhiking and they hitched a ride on ox. They thought that would help them get ahead. And here's what happened, okay? Because they wanted to win. Now what happened was this: rat made a deal with cat to hitch the ride on top of ox, because rat and cat were the best friends and thought that ox would be able to cross the river faster and more assuredly than anyone else, thereby getting them excellent placements on the astrological wheel. Okay? Now, rat made a move that caused cat to be thrown off of ox, allowing rat to get ahead of cat and even finish in first place even before ox. Therefore, because ox was kind enough to allow shrewd rat and cat to hitch a ride, okay, ox came in second place, with rat finishing in front of ox. So ox took second place in the Jade Emperor's race. Rat came in first because he tricked cat and tricked ox. So, but ox got second place, okay? All right, now, okay, Capricorn, the goat, year of the Yangwood dragon lesson. What are the lessons for Capricorn, the goat? Capricorn, just like ox, likes to scale up the mountain of social and economic status with a sure footing and true steps to reach key goals and realize emblems of stellar admiration, you know? So one interesting note I'll make here is that if you look at like a couple like Barack Obama, President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, okay? She was a Capricorn, he's a Leo, nevertheless he's an ox. So his ox gets along with her Capricorn. See how it works? Okay, that's how it works. Okay. Now, Greenwood Dragon Year brings some distractions of when some might be brilliant opportunities to advance in your career. Okay, your test from Green Dragon will be in the area of prioritizing your personal life against your professional one. And you know that you always choose your career over your relationships, Capricorn. Now keep in mind the year of the green snake comes after Green Dragon. And that means that some important things might be removed so that you can focus on your work. Okay? It would be ultimate if you can find a way to work in enough of your energy and time to give to some of the relationships that are the most important to you. So important relationships are not removed from you simply because you're not paying attention to them. Let the ones that are mere acquaintances or don't matter that much, you know, they'll naturally sort of fall away and maybe come back later. But try to give a little bit of focus and time to your most important relationships. And, you know, Dragon's going to increase that because Dragon wants only people in the life that can help in career. And you're going to agree with that. But just be aware of it, because you don't want to kick people out of your life that you really need or that you really love or that are really basic to your basic emotional and physical stability. You know, your emotional stability, your spiritual, emotional, psychological stability. Okay? It's not just about money. You need emotional, psychological, and spiritual stability as well. Now, Capricorn, the goat, year of the Yangwood dragon blessing. What are the blessings? You do this, you're coming to give. You do this, you're coming to receive. Okay? So the blessings, expect to transform into a goddess or god capable of overcoming any dilemma that requires your attention. The power of your mind is certain to be phenomenal in Green Dragon Year. And this is particularly vital when you find that you are negotiating with unusual or alternative types of people that want to do things in an avant-garde manner. You'll be delighted to find out that numerous organizations want to employ you in some way because of your enthusiasm, your interest, your intuition, and your great instincts. Moreover, these will be employers that might want to shine the limelight squarely upon you, giving you more attention than you really desire. Understand that. Just enjoy and try to have a gleeful experience. Let them make you famous. Chinese zodiac animal of dragon corresponds with Western astrology sign of Aries, the ram. Now, legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the zodiac wheel. Okay, Dragon came in 5th place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. Dragon was thought to be fast and magnificent by the Jade Emperor, who was curious about why Dragon did not come in 1st place as was expected. Okay, now Dragon explained to his supreme ruler that he had stopped to help villagers by putting out a fire with his immense, a whole big lungful of his immense breath that was threatening their village, and that he also paused in his quest for 1st place to help Rabbit, to help the zodiac animal of Rabbit, by using a puff of air from his lungs to push Rabbit out of a situation where he was stuck in a river, okay, needing Dragon's help to get to the water's edge. So Dragon was helping everybody, okay? He's helping the villagers he was putting out a fire with the enormous amount of breath from his lungs. He was putting out this fire, okay, for the villagers. And he was also giving a big lungful of air to Rabbit, which is associated with Pisces, by the way, with Rabbit to push Rabbit out of a situation he was in where he was stuck in the river's edge. Okay, so he helped him get to the water's edge because the Rabbit was stuck sort of in the river, and Dragon kind of blew the air and it pushed the rabbit towards the edge, okay, towards the edge of the riverbank, okay? So he was able to, then rabbit was able to get away. Now, rabbit didn't know that though, okay? Rabbit never knew the dragon did that. And that's very important. Now, this story makes a good point that the Jade Emperor was very proud of dragon's consideration of others whom he put before his own passionate desire to come in first place as everyone had anticipated, okay? So, dragon did a lot of good deeds. Dragon is like Aries, the ram. Okay. Now, Yangwood dragon attributes. Green dragon of wood and yang elements. So we've got what we have here is we've got a yang wood green dragon year, okay? So the green dragon of wood and yang elements possesses universal dragon qualities. So we have the general dragon fixed qualities. On the positive side, dragon is known to be ingenious, mystifying, full of life, motivated, and authoritative. Therefore, dragon is a born leader. Concerning other charismatic personality traits, dragon is also seen as courageous, lively, mesmerizing, forceful, insistent, and brutally truthful. Okay, so it's going to tell you the truth. Dragon finds current events very exciting indeed and wants to keep up with the most surprising, astonishing, and recent reports about the nation or the world. Wants to know what's going on, current events. Regarding Greenwood Dragon's characteristics, adding yang into the mix makes dragon extra pushy, artistic, and domineering, more than during other elemental dragon years, okay? So we have that extra bit of that element that's going to make him more pushy. Now, on the negative side, dragon is in general, you know, he can be really intolerant sometimes, apprehensive, extravagant, moody, flamboyant, confrontational, and extreme, okay? Prominence and recognition are very, very important to dragons. So this accounts for some of their sort of over-the-top behavior, okay? Now, if you sort of wound a dragon's emotions, reputation, family name, or finances, keep in mind the dragon will seek vengeance. Going to want to get revenge, okay? So understand that, okay? We'll seek vengeance. Okay, so this is something within dragon, and this is because of having a profoundly eager temperament. Now, dragon zodiac animal has a yang nature in general as far as fixed qualities. The fixed quality goes. Adding the elements of yang and wood creates a fiery personality that now during a wood year has extra fuel from the wood, okay, on hand to stoke the inner inspirational fires of the dragon. So think about that. Now, green wood dragon expresses inventiveness, vision, liberality, kindness, fervor, and gusto, as well as an accommodating nature. So dragon can be accommodating. On the other hand, be mindful the green wood dragon can also become needy, destitute, conceited, ruthless, and elite, feeling better than other people, and entitled to the fortune and fame of others, okay? So understand this is a very strong personality, very strong year, yang wood dragon, green wood dragon. Understand that, and understand how to manage all these various qualities. Now, yang wood dragon advice. What advice do we have for yang wood dragon? During greenwood dragon of yang element year, be conscious to see the world, situations, and relationships through the eyes of individuals or groups that you are considering or judging. So if you're appraising something or someone, so you need to be able to see through the eyes of the person you're judging. Understand their side of the story. There's always 2, 3, or 4 or more sides to every story, okay? Try not to become overly antagonistic, hostile, or cynical about your stance in the circumstances or events concerning you the most. Green dragon year will make you desire to get hold of more good prospects for advancement, increasing excellent luck, and also of a wider range of latitude with plenty of elbow room to maneuver and get to the top of your chosen game. You're going to elbow your way to the top, okay, of your chosen game and elbow people out of the way, okay? Now, you will be looking for every occasion to receive fantastic options for your future. This desire will generate in you an opportunistic nature during Green Dragon year that might become so intense that you want to grab it from the prosperity of others, okay? Again, see the other person's outlook and don't overstep proper social boundaries that could get you into trouble. Remember the extreme thing. You don't want to get yourself into trouble during this fiery Yang Wood Dragon year with all that wood and all that fuel for the Yang fire, okay? Now, Yang Wood Dragon influence. What are the influences? In Greenwood Dragon of Yang element year, remember the dragon years herald snake years. Understand that. And that often there is great conflict, terrible war, or startling, violent, threatening events during snake years, because during dragon years, people might try to become very famous, okay, in control, or rich, instead of focusing upon the boring, mundane activities that secure a solid foundation for their lives. It's obvious that if people keep spending their money to gain celebrity and fortune, then they might want to overpower, okay, and take the notoriety or fortune of others during snake year, which comes next. This is a very intense sequence of years, okay? Keep in mind that the United States entered World War I and World War II during snake years. In addition to that, the events of 9/11, 2001 occurred during snake year. Moreover, the first apparition of Our Lady of Fatima occurred on May 13, 1917, which is a snake year and a snake month, with the Chinese snake month being from May 6th or 7th to June 5th. Okay? Keep in mind that artistic paintings and sculptures of Catholic goddess Mother Mary often depict her standing on a snake. Okay? And a green snake. And next year's green snake. This is green dragon, green snake. Okay? Understand that. While Chinese goddess Kuan Yin is shown standing upon a dragon. Dragon year is similar to Aries, then snake year is similar to Taurus, and that follows. Okay? Religion is based upon astrology, which becomes clearly evident when studying all of the cultures together. Then you can see how it all fits in. They're talking about the dragon, they're talking about the snake, they're talking about astrology. And they're talking about a lot of Chinese astrology and Mayan astrology. 144,000 comes from Mayan astrology. That's all it is. All of it. Okay? All of our holidays, Christmas, all that stuff, it's all about stars. The star named Bethlehem. The stars have these names. They're just in other languages, so you don't know that's what it's saying. Okay? Also, interesting for 9/11. Yeah, I think I told you about that one. That was also doing a snake year. Right. Okay, now, year of the dragon repeats every 12 years in Chinese astrology, while year of the Yang Wood Dragon repeats every 60 years, and this is going to be occurring in 2024, 2084, 2144, 2204, 2264, and 2324. So every 12 years we have dragon, but every 60 years, 60, we have Yang Wood Dragon. So that's 2024, 2084, 2144, 2204, 2264, 2324 will be like this year. Okay? So when you're 60, you're sort of starting over again. Now, Yang Green Wood Dragon year of 2024 on the Gregorian calendar overlaps with higher counts, both ancient and modern traditional Chinese calendars. The ancient sources, the Chinese year 2024 will be 7244 Chinese year. 7244 Chinese year. Modern sources, the Chinese year 2024, say that will be year 4721 Chinese year. So there's two different schools. One school that says it's the more ancient one says we're at 7244 Chinese year. Another school, a more modern, not so ancient, says we're at 4721 Chinese year. Okay? And that might be to balance out some other calendars that are worried about 6,000 years. Because that means we're already beyond the 6,000 years if you go with the ancient one, which is probably the case, if you think about it. Okay? Now, comparative cultural astrology and New Year celebrations, traditional Chinese zodiac places rat, which associates with Sagittarius in the Western astrology system at the beginning, November 22nd to December 21st, and pig, which associates with Scorpio, and that's at the ending, October 23rd to November 22nd of the zodiacal astrological wheel. It is intriguing to notice that Chinese zodiac splits its beginning and ending between rat, Sagittarius, and pig, Scorpio, which is right where the mysterious zodiac sign of Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, is found. Okay? Now, Ophiuchus is often called the 13th zodiac sign. It's equally fascinating to become aware that the Celtic pagans consider the festival of Samhain on the 31st of October, also known as Halloween or All Hallows Eve, as actually being their new year. Okay, their new year. Also being a lunar calendar. That's the ticket. With that said, when corresponding with Western astrology, one would associate the head of the Western zodiac, which is Aries, with dragon, and Pisces, the tail of the Western astrology, with rabbit. So we're leaving rabbit or Pisces, we're just beginning dragon or Aries. It's also fascinating to comprehend that there are in many cultures more than one New Year celebratory festivals. Okay, so some cultures have 4 New Years, and there are different types of New Years, different types of beginnings that they have. You know, ones like to celebrate trees and that kind of thing. Okay, now Yang Wood Dragon Year is formed from the attributes of being the first heavenly stem of Yang wood gotten from 10 celestial elemental qualities and the 5th earthly branch gotten from 12 terrestrial animal personalities. Key words for Yang Wood Dragon Year, the Chinese word Jia or Jia, Jia, J-I-A. Primary and secondary meanings are, they're going to be meaning like a shell, okay? A plate, armor. See my dragon scales here? Armor. We're making our armor. Nail. It's a protection. First. Number 1. And is the first heavenly stem of 10. Okay. The Chinese word Chen, C-H-E-N, primary and secondary meanings are to vibrate, time, heavenly body, pictogram of a farming implement fashioned from the shell of a large clam to plow the farmland and eliminate wild plants. Okay. Also, a person hanging on to the edge of a rock face, cliffhanger. Okay. Also, a dragon. It means a dragon. So, Chen, it also means dragon. Okay. And stars, it means stars. Or like it said, heavenly bodies, stars. It means North Star. North Star. And in Chinese alchemy, North Star connects with certain portions of the brain. And it's extremely fascinating. And it's extremely fascinating. And this is very important. It also means to shake. To shake. To stir. Beginnings of the stirrings of life. Because remember, it's a spring kind of thing. Heavenly bodies that calculate time, like the planets. Okay? Or the sun and the moon. And the 5th earthly branch of 12. Okay? All right. Now, it's important to note here that the 10 heavenly or celestial stems are derived from the 5 elements in Chinese astrology, which are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. Okay? The 10 qualities are comprised of the characteristics of yin and yang divisions within the assigned elemental attribute, with this current year of the wood dragon being a yang wood dragon year. Therefore, there are 10 aspects gotten from yin and yang characteristics of the 5 Chinese elements. Now we're going to get into the primary guardian angels for a yang wood dragon year. For the aspect of wood, since there is no specific Western corresponding elemental feature for the Chinese facet of wood, we can approximate the most appropriate angelic forces of the traditional archangels that will be powerful to invoke during a green wood dragon year. Firstly, we want to get what the fixed dragon element is earth, in addition to wood and earth having obvious correspondences with one another, wood and earth. Now, secondly, trees are said to be the lungs of the earth, and hence the element of air is associated, it's an association that's very useful, quite frankly, and we can use that during a wood dragon year, especially in a green dragon year, because it really gives you the vision of the forest, and forests are said to be the lungs of the world. Therefore, with these two connections in mind, we shall proceed to reveal the best elemental archangels to evoke in green wood dragon year. Now, regarding earth, okay, the archangel of earth. Does everybody know who the archangel of earth is, elemental? Right, it's Uriel, being the archangel of all the earth signs. Okay? Uriel, the archangel of all the earth signs in Western astrology. Okay? Does everybody see that? All right. All right. On the subject of air, the archangel of air is Raphael. Raphael, being the archangel of all the air signs in the Western system of magic. Okay? Now, regarding the component of yang, which is associated with fire, elemental archangel of fire is, that's right, it is the archangel Michael. It is Michael. Okay? Michael. All right? Archangel Michael or Michael. Western zodiac sign of Aries, which corresponds to the Chinese zodiac sign of dragon, is a fire sign, being cardinal fire. Now, Aries, okay, Aries, corresponding to dragon, gives us dragon's fixed alchemical constituent of earth in Chinese astrology, like we said, and Aries gives us another double dose of initiatory fire to intensify the yang principle already in play, because Aries is fire of fire, as we mentioned. Now, since dragon years occur in late spring of the Chinese zodiac system, Archangel Raphael's element of air is going to be further strengthened. So we're going to have another dose of Raphael. It's going to be further strengthened, okay? Raphael, a double dose of that. Now, therefore, in summary, the elemental archangels that are beneficial to evoke for Yang Wood Dragon are the archangels that are, the ones that are beneficial to evoke are the archangel Michael for the Yang component and for Aries, because Aries is a fire sign. Also, we have Uriel, that's Uriel, Uriel, and Raphael, that combine together create the wood element, okay? And Raphael again for late springtime aspects. A lot of Raphael. I have a special affinity for Raphael. I'm a Leo, sun and moon, so I have a lot of affinity with Michael too, but Leo is air of fire, so I have a lot of Raphael qualities as well. All right, now, the zodiac angel, the zodiac angel for Aries is Makizuru. Remember, Aries is dragon. Aries the ram, the same as dragon. So the zodiac angel Makizuru, which has a lot of similarity to Archangel Michael, to be honest with you, because Michael, Melchidael, Melchidael, and Michael have a lot of similar qualities, or fire of fire, okay? Or cardinal fire sign is another guardian angel to call upon during a Yang Wood Dragon transit, when that's in effect. Now, secondary guardian angels for Yang Wood Dragon year. The planetary archangel, which associates with Aries being a Western astrology correspondence for Year of the Dragon, is the archangelic ruler of Mars. Mars's archangel is the seraphim Samael, okay? The fiery, with the fiery red eyes, Samael, okay? Awareness of both Western and Eastern astrology associations is helpful. So the planetary Mars, Samael, Aries, zodiac angel, Melchidael. Call upon your guardian angel Samael of Mars for matters of increasing strength, power, bravery, libido, and combat, for attaining a winning edge in competition, gaming, magical warfare, or masculine vigor. Like if you got to work out or something. It's very good for all these sort of masculine, fiery, competitive, warlike qualities. All right, now we're going to get to the Earth and the celestial angelic coordinates for Yang Wood Dragon year. So what we're talking about is we have archangels that oversee directions on the earth and also that oversee directions in the heavens, and they're different, okay? So we're going to give you the guardian angels first for the earth coordinates here on the earth, and the elements and the direction and the archangel that you can invoke. And then we're going to give you the archangels and the direction and the element for in the heavens, the celestial coordinates that are associated with the zodiac signs, where the earth coordinates are associated with the sort of how the weather is coming from the south, you know, like hot, dry in the south, and cold, wet in the west, and in the north, cold and dry, in the east, warm and moist. So it's kind of that. That's from the northern hemisphere point of view, okay? So we're going to give you the earth coordinates first. Now, for the earth coordinates, elemental guardian archangels, we have in the north, the elemental archangel of earth. We have Uriel presiding and overseeing. Now, we also have the east elemental archangel of air, Raphael. This is in the east. So on the earth, in the east, we have Raphael for air coordinates. In the south, elemental archangel of fire, we have Michael. Everybody see that? Okay. Michael or Michael in the south because of fire. And the west elemental archangel of water, we have Gabriel. Gabriel in the west, elemental archangel of water. Now again, these are going to be different in the heavens because of the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. The celestial or heavenly coordinates for the elemental guardian archangels. First of all, we have Gabriel for the north, and that's because of Scorpio. So in the heavens, the north, we've got Scorpio, the constellation, and we've got water, and we've got Gabriel. All right? Then the east, we're going to have the archangel Michael. In the east, elemental archangel of fire, Michael, because of Leo in the east. All right? And in the south, we have the elemental archangel of earth in the south. South, earth, Uriel, and that's because of Taurus. So Uriel in the south, the elemental archangel of earth. So earth in the south, in the heavens, because of Taurus. And in the west, we have the elemental archangel of air, who is Raphael, okay, because of air. In the west, in the heavens, because of Aquarius, we have archangel of air, Raphael. Raphael. Now, your fortunate compass direction in year of the Yang Wood Dragon. We're going to give you more than just one. Dragon finds lucky destiny in northward and northwestward for treasures and riches. So you're going to have more luck in your fate and your destiny, and you just travel northward and northwest for treasures and riches. Now, southwestward for opportunity and westward for romance. Okay? They say travel west, young man, or young lady, you know? Okay. Now during Yang Wood Dragon year, avoid easterly directions in Yang Wood Dragon year. All right? Now, Yang qualities. What are the qualities of Yang Wood Dragon year? What are the qualities of Yang in Yang Wood Dragon? Yang is masculine, day, hot, fire, dry, summer, outer, dorsal, the outer, the active, the interested, the expanding, the hard, and the dorsal fin. All right. Wood dragon year. How is wood dragon? How is that? Now, wood dragon is the elemental is fortunate, very lucky, prosperous, self-reflective, traditional. Okay. Shrewd, credible. Also, going to have a fearful quality, a cold quality, a salty quality, and has to do with the ears, okay? With flexibility as accommodating as water. Okay, that's the wood dragon year. Now, the fixed dragon element of earth, motivated, hard-nosed, tolerant, luckily, constant, dependable, will worry, damp, sweet of the mouth, with the cause and effect, practicality as predictable as the earth, providing a peach tree from the seed of a peach. Okay? So you know what you're going to get because it's dependable and it makes sense and it's science. No argument about it. Okay? General dragon associations, yang is also late spring. So generally, dragon is yang. Generally, dragon is late spring. Generally, dragon is earth. Dragon is Aries. The flowers are hyacinthe, jasmine, and clerodendron. Now, jasmine is good for wood dragon years and use white and or purplish shades of clerodendron for dragon, okay? Third month on the Chinese lunar calendar. It's the third month, okay? It's the first trine of late spring corresponding to earth, more earth, with associates with Saturn, okay? Yellow dragon, the color yellow, the digestive system, the spleen, and the stomach. Keep in mind that this is a green dragon year. So it's kind of, during a green dragon year, it's kind of fresh, refreshing. It's a little bit more refreshing. Now, there are 5 elements in Chinese astrology being fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to get into those a little bit more now. The Chinese astrology, the generating cycles are first. We have generating cycles. This is new. This is all new because before we gave you the controlling, we'll give you those, but we want to give you, first time ever, the generating cycles. Okay, water generates wood as rain nourishes a tree. Wood generates fire in the way that burning wood creates fire. Remember, this is a wood yang, so it's fire. Wood dragon, yang wood, okay? That's fire and that's wood. So wood generates fire in the way that a burning wood creates fire. Remember that. There's going to be fuel for all that fiery yang stuff, okay? Fire generates earth as ash, which becomes part of the soil, is formed from burned wood. Earth generates metal as metal ore is mined from the earth. And metal generates water in the way that water condenses on a metal surface. Okay. Chinese astrology controlling cycles. Fire controls metal because you can heat it up and shape the metal. Metal controls wood because you can cut the wood with the metal. Wood controls earth because the wood of the roots push aside the earth and grow. The tree grows. Earth controls water because earth blocks the water and separates the water. Water controls fire because you can put out the fire with the water. Okay? Now, this is the circle of life as we have come full circle. We attempt to balance the 5 elements. Okay, we're going to give you these specifics here. Fire is joy. It's heat. It's bitterness, and it's of the tongue. On the other hand, earth element is worrying, fretting, worrying. It's damp, it's sweet, and it's the mouth, and it's the taste buds, okay? The tasting of the mouth. Metal is grief. It's dry. It's pungent. It's the nose, okay? Water is fear, cold, salty, the ears. Wood is anger, and this is a wood dragon year. It's anger, okay? Understand that. Wind, sour, and the eyes. They get angry at what they see in wood dragon year. and all that wood to fuel the fire. Good thing there's a lot of earth in that. To calculate the Chinese New Year, simply count the second new moon that comes after the winter solstice. The information found in the document that we have in the description box is based on and in the video, is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again.
Let me show you now the things to come. Let me show you how and where to run. His eyes are gray.